This video demonstrates how to use the Summarize tool to compute the average wind speed, rainfall, and hail damage, grouping these measures by time. There is not a video that shows the process of importing the storm data and cleaning the storm data, since these steps were demonstrated for the claims data set in previous videos. I have added these steps to my workflow so that I can demonstrate the process of summarizing the data. Before I get to the process of summarizing the data, I'm going to show a quick tip on how you can align your connections horizontally and also add your workflows to a container. If you click on the white space above your tools and drag until you have this blue box covering your tools, then you can go ahead and release and it'll automatically select both of your tools. When you right-click, then you'll have the option to add these tools to a new container, and containers are very useful if you need to repeat a process multiple times so you can quickly copy and paste the entire workflow at once. Or you can align your connections horizontally, and so if we click on Align Your Connections Horizontally, we can see that that squiggly line now turns into a nice, neat horizontal connection. Storm data may have multiple readings of hail, wind speed, and rainfall at a similar time. We would have trouble analyzing the varied readings from the storm data if we wanted to combine the storm data with a particular claim. As such, we might want to compute the average hail diameter, the wind speed, and the rainfall by time for a particular latitude and longitude. We can quickly summarize the storm data using the Summarize tool found on the Transform menu. So go ahead and navigate up to the Transform menu, find your Summarize tool, and drag it onto your canvas to connect with your Select tool. After moving the Transform tool onto our canvas, we can see that we are going to be adding some of our numeric data to our actions fields. Specifically, we're concerned about the wind speed, the rainfall, and the hail diameter. We could add each of these individually, but we're going to summarize them in the same way. So we can go ahead and click on the wind speed, and while holding our cursor down, we can then select all three at the same time. Then we move down to the Add, and we click on the drop-down menu, which is where we tell Alteryx how do we want this to be summarized. And we can navigate down to the numeric options and then up to the average, since we want to compute the average. As I said earlier, we want to compute the average by time. So now we want to go and select the time field, and we want to add that, but we want to add it as the group by dimension. And then finally, we want to be careful to have our hail, wind speed, and rainfall grouped by time designated to a particular latitude and longitude. So now we're going to go ahead and select our latitude and longitude, and we're going to add those. But for this one, we're going to just pick the first instance of the latitude and longitude that occurs at that time. So now that we have our Summarize tool configured, we can go ahead and run our workflow.